Morning everyone and welcome back to the vlog. Now something a little bit different today. We're at that time of the year where there's all that sort of hope and possibility of autumn just around the corner, but we've got a few grey, wet mornings to contend with. And so this is a really good time to get out and look up close to some of our subjects and perhaps get a little bit of macro photography in. But there's a couple of bits of gear that I'm really looking forward to trying out. Now, we've just got back from our road trip up the East Coast, and if you've missed those episodes, after this one I do recommend going back and watching those, where we head to Castle Sinclair and up to the sea stacks at Duncansbury Head. So don't miss those, but let's go see what we can find today. It's funny, isn't it? I've been just coming down through the path here, absolutely surrounded by greenery and foliage, and it's this one leaf that's actually caught my eye. Now, I'm not sure it's because of the way that the light's coming through the canopy of trees, and this particular leaf is just actually catching the light. I'm not sure whether it's the colour, but it's the shape of the leaf is really what sort of drew me into this, and I think it will make a stunning image. We've got the sort of main leaf on the top and a couple of smaller leaves coming off. Really good symmetry, nice light as well. So let's start here. Now normally I'd be reaching into my bag and pulling out my macro lens, but the kind people at Maven Filters have sent me a couple of filters and another wee gadget that I'm looking forward to trying out. Now they're not actually filters, they're what we call diopters. Now let me show you how they work. This is my standard 24 to 70mm lens. Now standard lenses have a minimum focusing distance. This is as bad as close as I can get to these leaves. And if I show you on the back of the camera there, you can see that I'm not filling my image with my subject. That's as close as I can get. Now normally I would put on my macro lens. It would enable me to really sort of fill my image area with my subject. Now when I add the filter, the diopter, just look how much closer I can get, how it softens my background. What a difference. And now, as I say, normally I could only get that by putting on the macro lens, but instead now just by adding this small simple filter, I can get so much closer to my subject, and suddenly I'm in a world of macro photography that I didn't necessarily have before without the addition of a large lens to carry with me. Now that's going to make a beautiful image. Now the problem I've got now is it's incredibly dark here in the woods and I'm already at ISO 1000, which isn't going to give me my best image. One of the important things about macro photography is getting as much light as you can into that subject. So that brings me on to my next gadget. Now this was also sent to me by the nice people at Maven Filters. Now this is a ring light which attaches to the end of the lens. Now the nice thing about this is I can combine it with my diopter, and this will enable me to get light back into my image and darken down that background. Now before I've normally used different techniques to get light into my macro photography. I've used tin foil to reflect light, which works really well, but you don't have an awful lot of control of how much light you're putting into your subject. Where with this ring light, I'm able to adjust the brightness, I'm able to adjust the color temperature, and all it does is simply attaches to the end of my adapter ring, and then I can place the filter on the end of there, and all of a sudden we have light on our subject. Now look at the difference. That really does make such a difference to the amount of light that's coming into my subject there. And you can see how much it's darkened down the background. Now I can control that level of light at the moment. It's a little bit bright, but what it enables me to do is to be able to reduce my ISO right down so that I can really get a real nice clean subject with very little noise. So does that mean that this one filter, well, I suppose you could call it two because I've got two different filters with two different magnifications, but does that mean that this filter will replace this whole lens? Well, so far I'm pretty convinced, but let's go see if we can find some other subjects to photograph and really put it to the test. You can just see the leaves along the river here, they're just starting to turn. And normally in autumn time, this is just an absolute wash of autumnal colour, and you can just see it starting to appear. Now, what I really like about these filters, these diopter filters, and this light is it really opens the door up to people that perhaps, one, can't afford a macro lens, and secondly, probably would use it so very rarely that perhaps it's just not worth that investment. And this really enables you to go out and shoot in the same way that you would with a macro lens, but without the expense. And I've got to say, I am absolutely loving coming out here on a day that I probably wouldn't normally be out. It's wet, it's overcast, and it's not incredibly inspiring, but I'm finding that I'm completely lost looking at the forest floor just to see what's there, that I can just test out these filters, put them to the test and see what I can photograph in these conditions. Now, looking across the forest floor, there are lots of fungi dotted about all over the place. And it's one of those things, once you start looking, you realise that the whole floor is just a wash of them. But there's two in particular that have caught my eye. They're fairly young and they're in pristine condition, and they're sat in amongst this beautiful brown leaves that have mushed down into the ground, which as a colour background I think will be great. So I'm gonna put on the lens and then I'll show you what I'm looking at, and I'll also show you a little bit more about how the light works. So my original plan was to sort of photograph a little bit with the macro lens, photograph a little bit with the diopters, but I've got to say I'm so impressed with how close and how much detail I'm getting in the images. I don't think I'm going to use the macro lens. I think I'm just going to continue with what I've got. Now, I was sent the 2x and the 4x diopter, and I'm currently using the 4x, and I'm really enjoying being able to get that close. But the level of detail, so I'm now focused on this one fungi, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the light so that I can actually darken my background and light up my subjects. And let me just show you how that works. So this ring light is incredibly light. We've got a small group of switches on the back. We've got this one here which powers the light. And then we've got this Hemi switch, which enables us to control which side of the light we're lighting up, or all of it. And of course, we can turn that around on our filter adapter, so we can really position that light. Then we can control with the two arrow keys how strong, how bright that light is. And by holding it in, we can actually control the warmth of that light. And it makes it so versatile. I mean, it's such a small bit of kit, but really opens up so much more into how we can light our subject. So let me show you what I'm looking at on the back of the camera, and by how much it changes my subject, lighting it up with that ring light. So like we can see on the back here, let me just switch this over to video mode. So you can see on the back here, we've got the small fungi just in amongst those beautiful brown leaves. Now I'm going to switch on the ring light. Let's just power that up. Now straight away, now that's obviously way too bright, so we're going to bring that down. So that we've just got a small amount of light. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm that up to bring out those browns and the colour in the leaves behind. And there we go. And that really does lift the scene. And you can just see the difference that it makes. And by lighting up the subject, it means that we can have a darker background, which really accentuates our subject matter. Now, something that I'm really finding useful on these diopters is that you can actually stack them. So I've got a 4x diopter and a 2x, which I can combine together, which is enabling me to get that much closer to my subject. But I don't know whether that's retaining as much detail. So I'll be really interested to see when I get back just how that looks on the computer. Now, with the light, one of the things that I'm finding is that it's really important when you're doing macro photography to make that light look as natural as possible. Now, because I'm getting so close to my subject, I am finding that even on the lowest setting, I'm still finding that light a little harsh. Now, whether that's because I need it to be diffused that little bit more to soften that light, or whether if I was able to turn it down just a little bit more, that would help. I'm thinking that perhaps by diffusing that light just that little bit more will make it more natural. But I'm definitely finding, especially if I've got some sort of subject matter up close to the lens, that that light's looking up just a little bit harsh. So let me just show you what I'm looking at on the camera. You can see that I've had to get right low down, put the camera on a mat here. It's just pretty much laying on the ground, propped up with a bit of cloth. But you can see now I've got this stunning group of fungi here. And just by getting really low, I'm able to sort of capture those lovely shoots coming up from the bottom with that lovely dark background behind. It's just started to rain. So let me get this shot, and here's the image. So I think that's it for today. That rain is coming in really heavy now, and there's just that little bit too much shine on some of the foliage to get some nice images. But I've really enjoyed that experience of using the diopters. It makes things so much easier. Whether it will mean that I can leave the macro lens at home, not sure yet. You've seen the images. I'm looking forward to getting them back on the computer and just seeing how much detail they hold. Now, with the addition of the ring light, that really helps to bring your subjects to life. As I said earlier, I think it would help if you could just lower the light just a little bit or just drop on another diffuser. In some instances, it does look a little bit unnatural, but being able to control it, warm that light up, really does give you that extra flexibility. And something else that's really useful, if we drop a step-up ring on that Fuji video camera there that we're using to do the video, we can easily, again, drop on one of the diopters and get some nice close-up video as well. It really is flexible. So that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget our ebook is available to purchase. There's a link below, 15 stunning locations around Scotland to photograph with some beautiful images and some tips on gear to take, links to previous episodes of the vlogs, and even maps to show locations. And thank you so much to the people that have already purchased it. It really helps to support the channel and we really appreciate it. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And I think that's it. Time to get out of the rain. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode.